What's up, everybody? What I want to do today is I'm going to start a new series that talks about things to do in Miami. And what I want to talk about is I am a marketing expert, and the only way I know on how to be an expert is to share the knowledge that I have. So I'm going to start a new series that deals with looking what's out on the net and see if I can give some feedback onto this. Now, the first thing I want to talk about is I'm in the travel and tourism business. Now, so the first thing I want to do is kind of look at things to do in Miami. Oh, and there's a 10-minute timer. So I just want to share that there's a 10-minute timer for this. And when I have a time, when it ends, that's all we're going to get. So the first thing I want to do is, when people look for search and they're looking for things to do, a lot of it is they come to the internet and they search things to do in Miami. So we're going to look at things to do in Miami. Now, the first thing I notice, well, let's go back to that. The first thing I notice is that there's clubs and teams. And what I don't see here is I don't see the Panthers, that sports team, or the Florida Marlins. I don't know if it's because they're not necessarily in Miami. And then we're going to go through here and we're just going to look at, who's advertising. If you're in the marketing space, you want to know who's advertising. And what I see right now is Viator and TripAdvisor and Viator are owned by the same companies. So if you're a travel and tourism company, then you should kind of consider that your businesses should be listed on there. Also, Get Your Guide is one of the biggest tour resellers right now. So they list top 10 things to do. So, there's a top 10 list and there's top 10 things to do in Miami. So that's something interesting. And then there's whatever this is, Fever Up. I've never seen this before. So let's look what this is, Fever Miami. So, if I never seen this before, I just want to glance to see what they're listing here. And I don't know what they're listing. Oh, it seems like people are listing things to do, and I don't know, it looks like movies. I'm a little lost on that. So I'm going to get out of that. I'm going to go back. Then you see Vizcaya, now Wynwood Walls and Perez Art Museum. Now I want to tell you that the Vizcaya is not really something that you see a lot. I don't know what it is, but you don't see Vizcaya too often. It's not like a super popular thing to do. So seeing it listed as number one is interesting. Now we're going to come down. We're going to see a Condé Nast Traveler, Greater Miami, TripAdvisor, and Time Out. Now Time Out Miami is kind of like a global brand. And then, so it kind of just gives you these things to do. Now, I know that this is not something that we're all excited to kind of review, but I'm just going to click on this Viator link. It's the top link, and here's the things that I want to point out. Now, obviously, I know a little bit about this area. I know some things about this tour. I definitely I like this right here. I like the food tours, the speedboat tour, something fun to do, and the Miami skyline. Now I'm going to come down here and just look at some other things that are being listed here. Now, if you're a person that's into marketing, this is what we're trying to figure out, is that how do you get listed and how do you get your stuff recommended? Now, I'm going to tell you right now that this is all review based. Now, that's interesting. You'll see a Key West trip from Miami, and then we'll see some other things. Now, again, this is the first video that I'm kind of doing, and we're kind of talking about the different things to do in Miami. And I'm a marketing person. I'm going to give feedback on different things. So let's look at right here, Off-Road Miami Tours and Adventure. Now, the first thing I want to point out is everybody just looks at these pictures, right? So you're in some sunflowers. I'm sure the sunflowers isn't going to always be there. You see some people riding a mask. They're a little dirty. You can see the legs there. They're dirty, and they're in sunflowers. Now, these are pretty good pictures. And here, we're going to read this because so many people I know offer. So Explore ATV Tours offers more than ATV tours with it. with us here. So Explore ATV Tours offers more than ATV tours with us. You can have fun and have lunch. There is a full-size restaurant in our park, airboat rides, horseback. So the text is not even correct. So as a marketing person, I can go back and I can help you, but this text. So if you go back here and you see there's 28 reviews, that text doesn't even make sense. So when somebody, so it doesn't even look like it's formatted right, but it's a popular tour. Here, I'm going to try to finish reading this. There's a full-size restaurant. So the first thing I want to do is look for restaurant photos. Okay. Clicking through their photos, see more. Let's see more. Let's see if we can find that restaurant, because the first thing I always want to do is what you mention in the details. Do you have any pictures of it? And so we're clicking through lots of ATV tours, and we've already restarted. So right here it says full-size restaurant in our park, airboat rides, horseback ride, and many more. People have enjoyed this experience, and it's one you won't soon forget. Go get on an ATV and ride until you can't see. See destinations others haven't and create an adventure to remember. See destinations. Well, you're at one destination. There aren't many sights we enjoy more than our machines with incredible country to surround us. This will forever remain a trip for the ages. Weight limit 350 pounds per bike. That means that 2 people. The passenger can be added upon arrival. Not sure what that means. So what's included? Orientation, safety instructions, and a waiver agreement must be completed to ride the ATVs. Makes sense. 45-minute ATV tour and remaining time at the theme park with many activities for the things. So now there's a theme park. So I didn't see that in any of the pictures. $100 deposit required, refundable if you're on time and do not damage. Now, $100 deposit required, refundable if you are on time and do not damage the. So I don't know what being on time has to do with getting your $100 back. Face mask and safety goggles, $50 late, reschedule and fees subject to availability. Now, open in Google Maps. Now the meeting point, I just want to kind of click in here and say the meeting point. Now I'm not familiar with this area. Now I'm going to zoom out and I want to see how far you are away from Miami. Now what a lot of people don't know is this distance right there is pretty drastic. You're closer to Cutler Bay, you're closer down south, closer to Homestead, not anywhere near Miami. Now, that's not a big deal, but it's something that you have to be aware of, that these meeting points. And then inside the family theme park, free parking on your left. That's good parking. And you look, explore adventure group sing for the extension of adventure group sing. I'm sure they mean sign. At the corner of the restaurant, call us upon arrival to let us know, and the van will shuttle you to the ATVs or ask you to follow us. Okay, what to expect, confirmation at booking, cancellation process. So even me, I'm trying to force myself to read this, and I'm only glancing at these other things. Now, one of the things that I think most people do when they're searching for things to do in an area is they visit the website. So I want to see if this is the same place, Miami ATV. So I'm not sure. Let's look if, so already they're into jet skis, yacht rental. So they're trying to be an all-in-one Viator #1 experience. And that's 12425 is the address. And that's a different address. So that's not the same thing. So when I do a Google search on that, that's not even the same ATV. My ATV tours. Let's see if this is the same one. So 12425. 12425. No. So, you know, a lot of times people are searching for different things, and I'm trying to find the same one. So let me see if I can come in here, because I know a little bit about, learn more about cancellations. No, that's not what I want. See more. Explore Adventure Group. Now I want to come back here and do a Google search to say Explore Adventure Group. And right here. So if you're doing a Google search, if you search the topic here, which is off-road Miami Adventure, people are going to come across a different company already. So your name has to kind of be included. So let's go here and say, let's look what the address is. Okay. Let me get out of this. And let me see if where this is. Zone 1. Zone 2. Okay, so they're reselling a lot of things. Let me just click on here what they're trying to sell. And big bus. Okay. Contact us. Let me see if that has the address. So there's no address on here. Let's see, family theme park. $30 admission. But it doesn't tell you where it's at. I think that's the thing that I'm trying to notice here. 155, let's see if that's the same address. 15515. So this is the same thing, but 20 minutes from downtown, I doubt that it's 20 minutes. I don't think that that's accurate. Now, my only question here, now, if you notice, is that this is a good company. They're doing some good things. They got some things. They don't have any pictures of the restaurant. They don't have any, the address there. And if you copy this thing, Off-Road Miami Adventure, ATV, and you, instead of getting to Explore Adventure Group, right? If you kind of click in there, it's going to take you to a completely different thing. And that's where some of the marketing goes wrong. And I think that's where you kind of want to tie those things together, especially if how people search now is they're all over the place. And that's kind of just one example of how this stuff works. And I'm going to kind of teach and go and share my knowledge and the feedback. Now, if you want to be listed on this and you want me to kind of look at your tour and look at your things, hit me up and I'll put it in the, and I'll make a video about it. But that's just a quick search. I didn't have any intentions to come across Off-Road Miami Adventure. They're not paying me to do any of this. This is strictly just feedback. All right, this is the first video. I just wanted to see how this is. If you think that this video and this type of feedback for marketing people is necessary, then please subscribe and follow us. All right, thanks for watching.